Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is releasing more and more incredibly rare, super powerful Pokemon in raids left and right. This, along with the addition of the DLC, makes it more crucial than ever to have the most powerful Pokemon on your team. But, do you have the best Pokemon of each type at the ready just in case you need it for a quick raid victory? Well, look no further, because in this 4-part video series, we will be discussing exactly that. Especially with how network lag can cause raid issues and potentially result in a loss, I have found that having at least one Pokemon of each type fully Eevee and IV trained at the ready to do a ton of damage as fast as possible is the best chance of winning a raid if I don't have the best solo or counter Pokemon. In this video, we will spotlight the best ice, fighting, and bug type Pokemon available in Scarlet and Violet. With this, we'll look at what makes each Mon, discuss the best of the best, including how to best utilize them in raids. And finally, don't you dare touch that dial, we'll discuss my personal favorite type, the best dragon type Pokemon available for Scarlet and Violet, but I will also be discussing how you can use this Pokemon as the best flying type as well. What's up everybody,
Mr. Dr. Professor
Titan here, back with another video to enhance your Pokemon adventure. Thanks for tuning in to another installment of our 4-part series where we will be discussing the best Pokemon of each type, along with their best build for raid battles when Eevee and IV training. Of course, as mentioned in my previous videos, when taking into account the best Pokemon of each type, I took into account their stats, how good they are when fully Eevee and IV trained, and then a combination of their best abilities and movesets. Also, so you don't miss out on any of the future videos, if you don't mind leaving a like, subscribing to the channel. I make helpful Pokemon videos along with some super fun video game and TCG content, so any support is greatly appreciated. Starting things out with the most powerful Ice-type Pokemon, Ice Rider Calyrex has a higher base attack stat than any other Pokemon in the games. This Pokemon is an absolute tank, and I recommend fully Eevee and IV training it for max HP and attack stats. This, along with a beneficial nature for either of those stats, makes this Pokemon an incredible physical attacker. I then recommend giving it a Life Orb for some added damage with each attack. Since it's so bulky, it's okay to lose a bit of HP when attacking, because you will still have quite a bit to spare. From there, I recommend teaching it Swords Dance to really boost its attack, and then its signature move Glacial Lance is the go-to when you're ready to do some serious damage. Ice Rider Calyrex also gets access to the move Life Dew, which is super clutch for raids as it will not only heal yourself, but the ally Pokemon you are battling with as well. Ice-type moves are super effective against Dragon, Flying, Grass, and Ground types, so make sure you have an Ice Rider Calyrex fully trained up so you can easily defeat these types in raids. Continuing on, we have the most powerful fighting type Pokemon, Iron Hands, and y'all, I cannot express to you enough how powerful this Pokemon truly is. Arguably one of the best Pokemon overall for taking on the majority of raids, its fighting type moves are super effective against Dark, Ice, Normal, Rock, and Steel type Pokemon. I recommend giving it a booster energy and then maxing out its HP and attack stats. This will allow the booster energy to activate its ability Quark Drive, which will increase its attack when you enter the battle. Including a beneficial nature for HP or attack, you will want to teach it Belly Drum and then a few powerful fighting moves like Drain Punch and Close Combat. Belly Drum fully maxes out your attack in battle, but will cut your health in half. This is okay though most of the time with how bulky Iron Hands is, so after the increase, use Drain Punch to do a ton of damage while healing up a bit, or if you think you can one-hit KO the Pokemon with a close combat, I say full send without a doubt. Next up, we have the most powerful bug-type Pokemon, Volcarona. When this Pokemon was first introduced in Black and White for the DS, it had a super cool spotlight in the game and many thought it was actually a legendary Pokemon. Unfortunately, bug types are pretty much the weakest in the game, but with being a fire bug Pokemon, Volcarona is definitely the most viable option. I recommend having a beneficial nature for special attack and then maxing out its special attack and speed. I like using the ability Flame Body since it may burn the opposing raid Pokemon, but its hidden ability Swarm will increase bug type attacks by 50% when it only has a third of its health left, so either one is great. I then recommend teaching it Quiver Dance as this will boost its special attack, special defense, and speed stats. Bug-type Pokemon are super effective against Dark, Grass, and Psychic types, so once you have increased your stats, attack with a Bug Buzz and this will do a ton of damage while also potentially lowering the target's special defense, setting you up for an even bigger hit next turn. Volcarona can be knocked out pretty easily though, so I recommend giving it a Focus Sash to avoid getting one-hit KO. And now for the grand finale, the best dragon type that is also the best flying type, Rayquaza is without a doubt the obvious answer here. This truly special Pokemon is tied for the 5th highest base attack stat with Groudon, and then tied for 4th highest special attack with Kyogre. I recommend maxing out either of these stats along with either HP or speed for the best raid build. I have a few Rayquazas, so I maxed out one of mine for both special attack and attack to show you how high these stats can get. Then with giving it a Life Orb, I recommend teaching it Swords Dance so you can increase its attack, and then teaching the moves Dragon Ascent, Outrage, and Draco Meteor. Dragon attacks like Outrage are super effective against other dragon types, and flying attacks like Dragon Ascent are super effective against grass, fighting, and bug types. Draco Meteor is Rayquaza's most powerful dragon type special attack move, so if you go that route, it definitely does quite a bit when terrestrialized. Now all that's left is for Pokemon to release Mega Evolution again so that we can battle with its amazing Mega form. Thanks so much for watching the video, all. I truly hope that you learned something new. Again, if you don't mind, please support the channel by leaving a like, subscribing to the channel at Mr. Dr. Professor Titan. I'll be popping out new Pokemon videos every single week, so make sure to stay tuned and maybe you'll learn something new. Thanks so much.